Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're diving into something that is literally a modern digital marvel. We're going to break down the massive footprint of a true internet legend. This isn't just about some popular upload, you know? We're going to look under the hood at the raw metadata, the engagement stats, and all the hidden structural clues of one of the single most successful pieces of digital media ever created. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this, because honestly, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around the sheer, unbelievable scale of modern mega-viral content. When a single web page can draw the attention of a measurable percentage of the entire global population, we really have to stop and ask, what exactly are we looking at here? How is a juggernaut like this built? And what on earth keeps all those eyes glued to the screen?
To really understand the stakes, we got to look at the exact view count pulled directly from the page data: 940,726,915 views. I mean, let that sink in for a second. That is roughly 1 out of every 8 people on planet Earth clicking on this exact page. It's a staggering metric, right? It instantly elevates this from just a fun piece of entertainment into a literal global cultural event.
So here's our anatomy of a viral hit. We're going to look at 1. A viral phenomenon, 2. Structuring the games, 3. Production and partnerships, and 4. The YouTube ecosystem.
All right, part 1, a viral phenomenon, the scale. Now, what's really interesting here is the foundation of this whole digital empire. Since this went live back on November 24th, 2021, the numbers have just been wild. It's not just the 940 million views. We're talking 20 million active likes, 654,000 comments, and the engine powering all of it, a massive subscriber base of 507 million. This is a highly engaged audience operating at a scale that traditional television almost never sees. And right up front, screaming at you in the title, is the prize: $456,000. Putting those massive financial stakes right there, that's totally deliberate. It explicitly drives viewer curiosity and investment before you even click play. It promises life-changing money, perfectly mirroring the fictional source material it's based on. And man, it sets an incredibly high bar for the reality-based competition that follows.
Moving right along to part 2, structuring the games.
So we know millions clicked, right? But how do you actually keep them watching? Notice the rapid pacing of these early chapters. The action starts immediately at 0 seconds with red light. By minute 4, we're already thrown into the honeycomb challenge. And at just 7:40, boom, we hit tug of war. Within 8 short minutes, viewers experienced 3 massive set pieces. This rapid-fire editing is brilliant because it leaves absolutely zero room for boredom.
Let's move forward and see how this builds, because in the back half of the timeline, the pacing shifts entirely. After that frantic opening, you get marbles at 10:24, a super quick elimination at 11:16, but then there's this huge gap until Glass Bridge at 16:29, all culminating in the final game at 21:31. The structure here is just so clever. It completely spaces out the tension, trading those quick dopamine hits for a drawn-out, dramatic finale. But the crazy part is, this structure isn't just hidden in the video timeline, it's practically screaming at you in the description. Quote, "Make sure you watch until Glass Bridge, it's insane." The creator is straight up using the text metadata to gamify retention. By explicitly promising an insane payoff at the 16:29 mark, they're planting a psychological anchor in your brain. They're making absolutely sure you stay locked in through that slower, tension-building middle act just to see that specific event.
Okay, part 3, production and partnerships. So the crucial point here is that if you dig a little deeper into that same description text, you start seeing clues to the massive business operation running the show. A viral hit of this magnitude doesn't just happen. It requires a multi-tiered corporate machine. The description acts like a billboard. GoPro gets thanked for cameras, So Crispy Media for visual effects, followed by promos for their own analytics platform, Ustats, and even a plug for Beast Games on Prime Video. It is a masterclass in cross-promoting tech and major streaming partners. And then, right underneath all of those serious multi-million-dollar corporate plugs, you get this: "Follow all of these or I will kick you." Absolutely deadpan. This comedic beat is brilliant. It highlights the unique creator personality hidden deep in the metadata. It reminds the audience that, hey, despite the massive Hollywood-level production value, there is still a relatable, completely irreverent internet creator at the helm.
And what's right below that little playful threat?
the links to their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's incredibly aggressive cross-platform funneling, but presented so casually and humorously to millions of readers. By blending a joke with their calls to action, they effectively scoop up viewers from this single page and convert them into long-term followers across their entire social media empire.
Finally, part 4, the YouTube ecosystem. And this brilliantly illustrates the bigger picture. To truly understand this phenomenon, we have to zoom out and look at the algorithmic neighborhood. Look at the views on the recommended content in the sidebar. You have the $1 versus $1 billion yacht at 559 million views. The ages 1 to 100 fight at 467 million. The sheer volume of algorithmic traffic in this specific niche is astonishing, and almost all of it is driven by this single creator's own back catalog. They are literally trapping the viewer in a closed loop of their own highly successful content. To really drive this home, let's compare two specific sidebar recommendations. You've got Survive 1000 Days from a secondary spin-off gaming channel, pulling in 94 million views, sitting right next to a major competitor's main upload at 87 million. Let that sink in. A secondary gaming channel is outperforming the massive flagship uploads of top-tier competitors. It really emphasizes a total, unyielding dominance of the entire ecosystem. So what does this all mean? We've unpacked the 940 million views, the rapid-fire chapter structure, the deep corporate partnerships hiding behind internet humor, and that absolute algorithmic dominance. When you put all these puzzle pieces together, it leaves us with one incredibly provocative thought. Is what we just looked at merely a viral web page, or did we just dissect the ultimate blueprint for the future of digital entertainment? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll leave you to chew on that until next time.